How do you differentiate your brand in such a crowded market? The answer lies in the power of storytelling. Why storytelling? Effective storytelling isn't just about narratives, it is about connecting emotionally with your client, getting them engaged with your product, and building curiosity for your product. So, how do you do this? First is understanding your target audience, understanding what kind of a solution your product can give to your clients, what are the emotions that it builds. You need to know who your target audience is, how are they, and are they willing to pay for your service or your product. Once you get that, then build a good business storytell for them so that they engage with you, they connect with you, and they are willing to pay for your product and services. Second is, how should your story be structured? The story starts with a problem, highlight the problem, and then bring your product as a solution. And finally, what is that emotion that the customer feels for you? Have you seen these ads about soaps and all? There's a kid who comes in, he's sick, and then the mommy brings a product, and then the product brings smiling faces on the kid. So there's three things. There's first the kid who's sick, sad, and the mother who brings the product, and third is a happy kid. So it's a narrative where the product starts with a problem, the product becomes a solution, and then the happy kid is the ultimate thing. So there's the emotions that you have to get in your stories: sad, solution, happy, or it could be different depending on the product. But it should have these three elements: the problem, solution, and the emotion that it evokes. So that becomes a good business storytelling. Highlight what is unique about yourself. What was that is different from the market? Was it the story of your creation? Like how Microsoft started from a small garage? What was your story? Where did you start from? How did you struggle to get your product on the market? How did you build this brand? How did you get to this place that you are in? What are the struggles that you did? Or was it something creative that you did in your product, your services, that brings you apart from the others and build emotions into this? So first is your creation, second is what was that innovation that you did, or is it something that is different from all these things, something that sets you totally apart? Look at that story and build emotions within that story. If you see, there were stories about the creators, about Steve Jobs. In when he was in college, he should sit for different lectures. You not sit for him. So the stories, and these stories bring engagement. You were engaged to that story. That is why you started looking at that brand. Then you saw whether it was useful for you, and then when you thought that you can afford it, you bought it. So you need to build such stories. How did you create? How did you start? What was the thing that made you get into this business? What was the thing that made you get into the services? And then how did you build on it? So first is knowing your customer. Second is building a good story. Third is what sets you apart. What was that story of creating? What was it this? Third is be authentic. Whatever you say, whatever you do should be authentic. It should not be a made up story. This should not be someone who comes and says, नहीं भाई इसने ऐसा नहीं किया, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be real, true, authentic. You can also take testimonials from your customers. Testimonials that sell how did you bring that smile on the customer's face? What was that emotion that the customer went through? The first struggle of the customer, what he was struggling with. Then you came in with your cape and you gave him a solution, and what are the emotions that the customer got. So these are the elements that will set you apart and build your brand in this crowded market. Third is you have to be consistent. Don't think that a few stories here there and you have done it. No, you have to keep telling it, you have to keep narrating it, and you have to build it in different platforms. And the story should be the same. It should not be that you're telling a different story in one platform, another story in another platform. Your story should be resonate in each and every platform so that it comes back to you. And and the customer engages with you. Unless until there is no engagement, there is no product. It is like you have opened up a store and you're sitting over there, and people don't know that you have a store which can give you a good, which can solve their problems. You need to go to them. You need to find ways where you can reach out to them and tell about your product, about your services. That's the way how you can set your brand apart from others. Always remember, facts tell, but stories sell. And what other than business storytelling to build your brand? If you want to build a brand and you want to differentiate yourself from this crowded market, use business storytelling effectively. If you found this useful, please hit the like button. If you want to hear more, subscribe to this channel. And if you feel you have something different, some different storytelling, please write it in the comment. I would love to hear that story of yours. Thank you and see you in the next video.